Zen. Tonight's Dharma talk is given by Myung-Jin and San.
Every week, we dedicate merit. We have a number of people that we regularly dedicate merit to. Some weeks it changes. Some people are different. Some people come and go. But we dedicate merit. If you go back to the Pali Canon, you would see various instances where the Buddha talks about accumulating merit, doing meritorious things. As the teachings went on and got into the Mahayana teachings of emptiness, that changed a little bit. There are a number of Mahayana sutras that talk about merit, but, for example, then the Lord asks, if anyone were to fill 3,000 galaxies with the 7 treasures, gold, silver, lapis lazuli, crystal, agate, red pearls, and cornelian, and gave away all that he had in gifts of alms, would that gain great merit? Subhuti answered, Lord, great merit indeed would accrue to him, even though in truth he does not have a separate existence to which merit would accrue. Subhuti, if a bodhisattva filled worlds as many as the grains of sand in the Ganges River, and another bodhisattva perfected his forbearance based on the awareness of selflessness of all phenomena, the merit gained by this bodhisattva would exceed that of the former. Subhuti, this is because the bodhisattvas do not experience merit. Subhuti said to the Buddha, World-honored one, how is it that the bodhisattva does not experience merit? Subhuti, the merit generated by the bodhisattva is not to be appropriated in them. Therefore, I say they do not experience merit. Subhuti, what do you think? If there were a person who was able to take enough of the 7 jewels to fill all the worlds of the 3 galaxies and gave them away for charity, would not, based on these causes and conditions, this person's merit be great? Yes, world-honored one, based on these causes and conditions, this person's merit would be extremely great. Subhuti, if this merit were real, the Tathagata would not say that there was attainment of great merit. It is because this merit is non-existent that the Tathagata says that merit is great. The Buddha said to Subhuti, the bodhisattvas and mahasattvas should subdue their thoughts like this. All the different types of sentient beings, whether they be born from eggs, born from a womb, born from moisture, or born spontaneously, whether or not they have form, whether they abide in perceptions or no perceptions, or without either perceptions or non-perceptions, I save them by causing them to enter nirvana without remainder. And when these immeasurable, countless, infinite number of sentient beings have been liberated, in actuality, no sentient being has attained liberation. Why is this? Subhuti, if a bodhisattva abides in the signs of self, person, sentient being, or lifespan, she or he is not a bodhisattva. Subhuti, it is the same with a bodhisattva. If he says, I will save numberless sentient beings, then he is not a bodhisattva. Why? Subhuti, there is actually no such state called bodhisattvahood. Therefore, I say that all phenomena have no self, no personality, no sentient beingness, and in life, no lifespan. Subhuti, if a bodhisattva realizes the selflessness of phenomena, the Tathagata calls this person a real bodhisattva. It may be obvious to you that all of those were from the Diamond Sutra, one of the great Prajnaparamita texts in Mahayana Buddhism, a favorite of any number of people. It's good for shaking out the concepts that we may accumulate. We want to make sense of things like bodhisattva, sentient being, so on and so forth. And this kind of takes them and goes, not quite. And yet, every week, we say the bodhisattva vows. Every week, we dedicate merit. What is the point? Why do we do this? It's all empty. There are no sentient beings. There are no bodhisattvas. There is no merit. So why do we bother dedicating merit and saying that we're, as bodhisattvas, going to save all sentient beings? Who's fooling who here? One of the great things about the Diamond Sutra is that the gist of it is, and we'll use beings as an example, all beings are no beings, therefore are they called beings. If you're familiar with the absolute and relative, the two truths teaching, you understand that in the absolute, there is no bodhisattva, there is no bodhisattva, there is no non-bodhisattva, there is no sentient being, there are no not sentient beings. But in the relative, for convenience sake, we refer to bodhisattvas and sentient beings and merit, and it's what we do from day to day. Hopefully in the back of our minds, we have that seed planted that the absolute is in there, that all of this is characterized by emptiness. But that doesn't mean that we can nihilistically go on as if there were no sentient beings and there were no bodhisattvas and there isn't a car coming down the street with its headlights out and I'm not on the curb. Oh, that car is empty. There is no car. Smack. Wouldn't work out so well. I think it was Suzuki Roshi, maybe, who said something like, one of his students asked him, how much ego or sense of self does a person need? And his response was something to the effect of, just enough so that you don't step in front of a bus. Which I'd say was very practical advice. When Bodhidharma stood before Emperor Wu A long catalog was read out, detailing the money the emperor had given to pay for copying and translating Buddhist scriptures and texts, opening of monasteries, and the permission that he had granted his subjects to ordain as monks and nuns. At the end of this litany, the emperor asked Bodhidharma, "What merit have I accumulated by all this wholesome action?" To the emperor's consternation, Bodhidharma replied, "No merit whatsoever." Emptiness notwithstanding, in this case, what was the emperor's problem? Even if merit were not characterized by emptiness, what would be the issue with his litany, as it's called, of all this good stuff he did for Buddhists, Buddhism, and the temples? Any thoughts?
Ego.
Any others?
He was doing it for self-gain.
Exactly. The problem was that I am accumulating this merit. I am accruing it. The karma generated would be great. And that's probably true. But as to whether there was merit in it or not, there was right up until the point where he asked the question. That's definitely very meritorious stuff he was doing. He was doing his best to help as many people as he possibly could. Again, the relative, the practical bit. However, once he said, "How much did I get?" Me, I. My merit. As Bodhidharma says, none whatsoever. So, is there merit in dedicating merit? Why do we do it? Emptiness notwithstanding, we do it because it's not about saving ourselves. We're not dedicating merit to myself or yourself. We dedicate merit to others. We take ourselves right out of the equation. We don't even say, "I dedicate my merit to such and such." We just dedicate merit. And mind you, merit isn't magic, right? Just because, we dedicate merit to Mike Gingy Wood every week, it's not like he still doesn't have some ailments. It's not a magic wand. The Zen stick doesn't conjure anything. But we do it because it ain't all about us. To put it in common parlance. So, what do you think, Subhuti? Would the merit accrued by dedicating merit be great or not?